Okay, so I'm going to show you how to take someone's head off in GIMP. And it'll really work for any part of their body. You could take off an arm, take off a leg, but I'm going to show you the head. So ideally you're going to start with a picture of your desired subject against a plain background. The more complex the background, the more difficult it's going to be. So I have this picture of Eminem that I'm going to use for the demonstration. And what you want to do is you want to get a pot, a picture of a pot. And I'm going to look up garden pot. And we're just going to find a picture of one of those clay garden pots. This one looks like it'll do. This one will do just fine, actually. You want to make sure the image is big enough, and on Google Images it'll show you the resolution. 900 by 900 is very large, and it'll work really good. You're going to click View Image, and you'll just copy that image as a new layer, paste as new layer onto GIMP. So we got this image, and I know you're probably thinking, what is going on here? I don't know why I'm not in my Layers tab right now. There. You'll probably start out in your Layers tab here on the right. But anyways, back to the pot. We want to eliminate the white background on this pot, so I just like to use the fuzzy select. And you'll select it, and as you can see, it kind of still is selecting part of the white. So if you increase the threshold a little bit and click on the white again, it'll cut that off, and that's what you want to do. Oh, looks like we're actually getting up there, so we'll getting some selection up at the top. We don't want that. This is and if you're still selecting a little bit of white and you don't want it there, you can actually click on your select, go to shrink, or in this case we'll go to grow because we're selecting the white. Grow by 1 pixel, it'll push it a little bit. Hit delete, okay, you got your pot. Now you want to size up the pot to the subject's head. So using your move tool, you'll move it over the head, and as you can see it's kind of hard to see the head right now, so just reduce the opacity on that layer. And now we're going to try and size it up to the subject's head. And that's actually pretty close right now. We're gonna leave that, and using this pot as a guide, we're going to erase his head. And we're not going to use an eraser, and we're not going to paint over it with white. We're actually going to use the clone tool. So grab your clone tool and make sure you're on the right layer. Select part of the background, and just begin to erase your subject's head. I'm going to get a bigger brush here. And you'll find that. And you don't want to erase much lower than the top of the pot. So let me restart here. You don't want to erase much lower than the top of the pot. And you'll see why in a minute. But let's get this taken care of. And I'm just doing it kind of roughly right now. We'll fix it later. Now you're going to grab the pot, and you're going to do the same thing. Well, not really. You're going to grab the pot and you're going to erase the part we don't need, the bottom of it. And just continue erasing. And as you can already see, it's starting to form an opening on your subject's head. Let's reduce the size of the brush here. I like to increase the opacity. As we can see, it's a little big right now, so we're actually going to change the size of it. We're going to try and fit it exactly to his head. That's pretty close. A little bit more though. And you'll just find yourself getting smaller and smaller brushes in order to get this just how you want it. And obviously your subject's skin is probably not going to match the color of your pot. So what you will do, we will actually select your main picture, go to colors, and go to desaturate. We'll just make it a black and white photo. It doesn't really matter whether you choose lightless, luminosity, or average, just whatever you prefer. And do the same thing to your pot. In this case, we'll use lightness. And it's really starting to come along here. You're going to want to grab the brush, grab your eraser brush, and just really cut it close to the edge here. And you could do this for a while until you get it really close. As perfect as you want it to be, you'll always notice some imperfections in your drawing, and as you see, I'm just gonna push his head a little bit in there. And right now, that's about it, folks. Pretty easy. You can use this to create some really surreal looking photos. I like to, usually I'll put stuff coming out of someone's head. I don't know, but you can get creative with it. Thank you, and be careful.